Greetings, my friends and fiends, and welcome to the Draconic Verses. I am your humble host, as always, Yield Dragon. Friends and fiends, I've got something special for you today. Now, as longtime readers of the Draconic Verses blog would know, I have done a number of reviews of Blu-ray and DVD releases over the years. And they've proven to be my most popular posts. I'm still getting hits on a lot of them that are 4 or 5 years old. So I wanted to get back to doing them again. And the good folks at Warner Archives saw fit to send me one of their latest Blu-ray releases. And it just happens to be one of my favorite movies. I give you The Valley of Gwangi, the Ray Harryhausen special effects extravaganza released in 1969. And it was directed by Jim O'Connelly and produced by Charles Schneer, a longtime collaborator of Ray Harryhausen that also produced just about all of his movies from It Came From Beneath the Sea forward. It also stars James Franciscus, Gila Golan, sci-fi vet Richard Carlson, and there is a familiar face in here as well, Lawrence Naismith. Eagle-eyed fans of Harryhausen movies should recognize him from Jason and the Argonauts, where he played Argus, the shipbuilder that built the Argo. So the basic premise of the story is, as I bring up the U.S. poster, just like it says, cowboys battle monsters in the lost world of Forbidden Valley. And there you see a giant Allosaurus. It looks a little bit more like a T-Rex, but it is an Allosaurus. Because Ray Harryhausen said it was, and the fact that it's got 3 clawed fingers instead of just 2 little tiny ones like the T-Rex has. All right, I was a dinosaur nerd when I was a kid, a little kid even. I mean, I was in 1st and 2nd grade spelling Archaeopteryx and Tyrannosaurus and Stegosaurus when most kids my age couldn't even pronounce them. Yep, I was a big old nerd even back then, and proud of it. So the basic story is there's a Wild West show that's down on its luck, and they find this little horse, which turns out to be an Eohippus. An Eohippus, for those of you that don't know, is believed to be the first link in the evolutionary chain of the modern-day horse. And the name actually means the dawn horse. See? I told you. Dinosaur nerd. And prehistoric nerd, because, I mean, horses weren't dinosaurs. Chickens were dinosaurs. Anyway. So they catch this little horse, and the little horse is stolen by a local band of gypsies, even though it's Mexico that it takes place in. And the gypsies bring the horse back to the Forbidden Valley in the hopes of placating the evil one, Gwangi the Terrible, who will no doubt come and slaughter everybody if the little horse is not returned. So the cowboys from the Wild West show follow them because this little horse is going to be their bread and butter. And the local paleontologist, played by Lawrence Naismith, Professor Bromley, is following them because he wants to find more Eohippi to prove his own evolutionary theories. So they all get to the Forbidden Valley, and they just about to catch the horse when a dinosaur runs by, and it's a Gallimimus. One of the cowboys says it looks like a plucked ostrich, so that should give you an idea of how big the thing was if you're not familiar with Gallimimus. So they try catching this poor critter, and as it's running, out of nowhere jumps a huge Allosaurus, grabs it, shakes it around its mouth, throws it on the ground, and starts chowing down on the poor thing. Well, it turns out that this is Gwangi, and he's at the top of the food chain. So Gwangi tries to chase our cowboys out through the hole that they entered, and he gets knocked out by a bunch of rock sliding on him. Now, instead of doing the smart thing and leaving this giant lizard buried in the rock, hoping that they'll never have to see him again, well, what do? They're in show business, right? So they're going to capture this thing, put it in a cage, and charge money to see it. Because, dang it, That's the American way. Even though they're traveling around in 1900 Mexico. So they bring it to the next stop on their tour, which happens to be circa 1900 Mexico City. Well, what happens when show business people have a giant critter in a cage that they bring to a metropolitan area, even one such as circa 1900 Mexico City? That's right, it busts loose and mayhem ensues. And I will leave the astonishing ending and the finer details for you to find out for yourself when you see The Valley of Gwangi. And you should. If you don't have this in your library, by all means, add it. If you are a dinosaur fan, if you are a monster movie fan, if you're a Ray Harryhausen fan, by all means, see this movie. Now, as for the Blu-ray itself, because that's what I'm here to talk about. I'm not here to talk about the movie. I'm talking about the Blu-ray. So, now I know a lot of you are saying, wait a minute, that doesn't look like the U.S. poster, Dragon. What's going on here? Because, yes, I have been known to be merciless when it comes to packaging for Blu-rays and DVDs. I mean, I raked Columbia over the coals for what I called lazy design work on their Icons of Science Fiction Toho collection set a few years back. And don't even get me started on the Good Times video release of King Kong versus Godzilla. That's a whole other ball of wax. But I know, and I always seem to be a stickler for design using original production materials. That's one of my criteria for a good release, is how well they use classic production materials in their packaging and in their design work. And believe it or not, this is original marketing materials. But it's the Italian original poster. See, it says La Vendetta di Gwangi, The Vengeance of Gwangi. For some reason, the foreign market distributors always saw fit to change titles and in the cases of posters, the appearances of just about everything in science fiction, horror, and monster movies in the 50s and 60s. I mean, you can see here. First of all, they changed the title of the movie, and you can notice the big difference between Gwangi in both pieces. He looks completely normal in the Blu-ray, but in the Italian poster, and yes, here I go being a dinosaur nerd again, it looks like he's got the back plates and spikes of an ankylosaurus attached to him. Now, I don't know if they did this to make him look more like Godzilla or just to make him scarier, because everything else is pretty much the same. But, as I said, he looks pretty much normal in the Blu-ray packaging. Now, this is the same packaging design that was used for the Warner Archives DVD release and the Warner Brothers release from 2003. So, but my point is that somebody in the design department went the extra mile, and they used an original poster. And in all honesty, sometimes the foreign press posters are actually better than the U.S. posters. That's just the way it is for some reason. Like, I actually like the French Jason and the Argonauts poster better than the U.S. poster. But anyway, the thing is, they took the plates out, the spikes out, and they redrew Gwangi's back, and they textured him to make him look more like he did in the movie. So that'll go miles with me, okay? They went above and beyond. They went the extra mile, and they showed that they gave a damn about the quality of product that they were putting out. So that gets a big thumbs up from me. The disc is pretty much the same design as the box art. And the back of the package has a nice high-def image. and the standard format for the Warner Archives releases. Oh, I will be posting more high-def screen caps from the movie on the Draconic Verses blog. The folks at Warner Archives were very kind to send me a couple of high-def images to show, and I didn't want to put them on the video. I'll put them on the blog for you to see. They also sent me the image for the U.S. poster. So thank you very much, Warner Archives. I appreciate it. Okay, so getting down into the movie itself now. The picture quality is fantastic, and the sound is beautiful. It's crystal clear and crisp. The video is 1080p. The aspect ratio is perfect. And I gotta tell you, the clarity is amazing. You see, when Warner Archives brings something from their DVDs up to their Blu-rays, they remaster them. They go ahead and remaster them from original source, and it is beautiful. It is so crisp and clear. I mean, it blows away my old VHS copy. And it even looks better and sounds better than the version that they've been showing on Turner Classic Movies. So that says something too. And they really did a beautiful job with it. Now, the third bit of criteria for me is, are there any special features? That's a big thing with me. I love special features because I love anything extra that I can get on these movies, especially behind the scenes stuff. Well, this has a featurette called Return to the Valley. It's basically an interview with Ray Harryhausen about the making of Gwangi and some of his processing for how he did everything. There's also interviews with several other effects technicians and engineers and artists who talk about how Gwangi was an inspiration to them and how Harryhausen was an inspiration to them. So that's really nice. They also have the trailer for the film in the special features section, and there's one more special feature. On the DVD releases, on the special features page for those, if you clicked on Gwangi's head, you would be taken to an Easter egg. And it's a little story, a cute little story that Ray Harryhausen tells about his daughter Victoria when she was a very little girl playing with the Gwangi puppet. Now, it's not a hidden Easter egg on the Blu-ray, but it's on the special features page and it says DVD Easter egg. So they included it here for completion's sake. I mean, they gave you everything that they had given previously on this package, even an Easter egg. So how great is that? So that's a big thumbs up for me too. So, because of my criteria being fulfilled of special features, great sound and great video, and packaging design that goes above and beyond, I'm going to give this... Oh, I forgot. Longtime readers would know that I use a little SDF figure of Jaguar for my rating system, which I call the Jaggies. Unfortunately, I'm retiring the Jaggies, especially now that I'm doing video reviews. So instead, I will be utilizing the original version of the mascot of the Draconic Verses, my old pal Fred. So I'm going to be giving the Warner Archives Blu-ray release of The Valley of Gwangi, not 1, not 2, not 3, not even 4, but 5, count them 5, draconic thumbs up. And this is the highest rating that I give. There has only been one other DVD release that ever got that many points from me. So congratulations, Warner Archives, you are in rare company. And thank you so very much for sending me The Valley of Gwangi to review. Friends and Fiends, again, get this. If you don't have it in your library already, by all means get it. If you do have the DVD releases, it's worth the upgrade. It really is. By all means get it. You can order it through the Warner Archives website directly, and I believe it's also available through Amazon. So, friends and fiends, that's going to do it for me. You can find me at Draconic Verses on Twitter. That's one word. And that will give you a link to the Draconic Verses blog website, which is jrfold.wordpress.com. And I am going to be putting up the high-def pictures that Warner Archives was kind enough to send me, and a few more words on the movie itself. So, friends and fiends, one final bit of business. Please do me a huge favor and like this video. And if you haven't already, please, by all means, click that subscribe button, because I can't do this without your support, folks. I need all my friends and fiends out there to subscribe to the channel, because you know, like I said, I need your support, and I appreciate all the support that I've been getting already the last couple of years. So, friends and fiends, that will do it for me for now. I will see you in the future. Close Channel D.